As you can see, the floodwater caused significant damage to the electrical system here. We'll have to replace this harness.
Look at the state of this harness.
Yeah, completely soaked. We'll need a new one.
The water line reached the ECU. The harness is completely oxidized.
The diagnostics aren't reading anything from the rear sensors either.
The diagnostics confirm a total electrical failure here.
And these bolts are seized solid from the rust. This is going to take time.
The diagnostics shows a complete failure in the CAN bus system.
That explains the harness damage. We'll have to replace the whole thing.
Look at the corrosion on this harness.
Yeah, we need to bypass this section before running diagnostics. We're still showing high resistance on the CAN bus.
Check the harness connection point again.
The diagnostic shows the flood sensors are clear, but look at the corrosion here.
Yeah, this harness needs a deep clean before we torque the manifold back down. This digital wrench isn't enough. I'm worried about the corrosion.
Keep the pressure steady. It's starting to move.
There we go. Got it loose.
Here we see the meticulous process of reassembling the flood-damaged engine, ensuring every bolt meets the precise torque requirement.
This armored chassis requires precise calibration after submersion.
We're replacing the entire harness before testing the engine cradle.
We need to check the tolerances on the differential housing.
Got it. I'll prep the harness for the diagnostic check.
The flood damage was extensive, requiring a full strip down to the chassis. We're replacing the entire electrical harness.
The diagnostics are showing a short near the auxiliary harness.
We need to replace that entire section before we reinstall the engine. We're seeing intermittent resistance on channel 3.
Check the harness near the firewall, then rerun the diagnostic sequence.
Humidity is down, but we're still reading moisture in the firewall harness.
Agreed. We need another 24 hours with the dehumidifiers before reassembly.
The water reached the main harness connector.
We need to check continuity on all these lines before we apply power.
We've got the armor plating secured. Now we move to the electrical systems, ensuring the flood damage hasn't compromised the shielding.
The diagnostics are reading green on the harness now.
All right, I'm securing the final plate. Torque is good. Okay, check the voltage on the main harness connection right there. Make sure it's fully seated before we torque it down.
Make sure that torque is exactly 75 foot-pounds.
75. And the diagnostic shows the current stabilizing now.
Check the voltage on the auxiliary harness.
Reading steady at 12 volts, boss. The new system is holding.
Aligning the harness now.
Clear.
Clear.
Okay, torque set to 150 foot-pounds. That should hold it. The pressure readings on the torque converter are still fluctuating. All right, let me check the harness connection again.
That's 50 foot-pounds. The new harness is seated correctly now. The voltage on the auxiliary battery is still fluctuating.
I just secured the main harness connector. Try running the sequence again.
Looks stable now.
Check the voltage on the main harness.
It's stable now. Go ahead and torque the manifold bolts.
Sounds good. The engine hum is perfect.
The sensor readings on bank 2 are still showing irregularities. Check the harness connection there.
The pressure readings are stable now. Good, let's finalize the torque on the manifold.
The pressure reading on the injector rail is still low.
Okay, I'm applying the final torque to the housing now. It clicked.
Helical resurrection is the most critical phase. Here in the jungle facility, we're meticulously restoring the drivetrain and reinforcing the armor panels.
The sensor readings are stable now. Go ahead and torque the manifold bolts to 75.
75 foot-pounds. Confirmed.
We need to run the full diagnostic sequence before lowering the lift.
Already on it. Just finished the torque specs on the rear. The hydraulic fluid is topped off. Check the pressure reading on your side.
Pressure is stable at 2,500 psi. We are clear for engine start.
With the fluids topped off, the final stage involves comprehensive electronic calibration to ensure the armor systems are fully integrated.